Greetings, my name is Ben, aka Downsizeit. I have a very special announcement to make today about an event that's coming up in the next week and a half. And this is an event being put on by Mercier. You also know him maybe as Alan Deli from Mercury Fleet Command down in Houston. And to start off, I would like to read a brief press release. Hondo Ohnaka has been added again. And this is called Ohnaka's Celebrity Deathmatch, Casters vs. Tubers. Greetings, galactic citizens. Hondo has done it again. He has captured some of the most well-known individuals in known space. Instead of ransoming them, he is going to make them do battle for your entertainment. Who will you cheer for? Excuse me, I got a little bit of frog in my throat. So, we are going to be doing a virtual celebrity deathmatch. The first attempt at one of these, and I know Alan is planning to do more of these. This is the test run, you could say. And because it's Hondo Ohnaka involved, it is going to be completely... the rules are going out the window. Changing the rules. Because of that, it means that factions are unlocked amongst themselves. So let me give you some of the details on that, because it's going to create some really interesting and wacky fleets, and also probably some broken fleets. Standard rules are 400-point fleets. All ships and non-unique squadrons are faction unlocked, so you pick your primary faction and you can bring things in. So for example, like me, I'm bringing Thrawn. Of course I'm bringing Thrawn, but I can bring in Republic ships, or Jedi fighters, or droid fighters, and faction unlocked upgrade cards. Excuse me. So, almost all the rules are out the window. And, but the caveat is, so things don't get too nuts, is that you have to pay a tax if you include ships, squadrons, or upgrade cards from your non-primary faction. So if you're bringing a ship from a non-faction, then it's a 5-point tax. Squadrons are a 3-point tax, and upgrade cards are a 2-point tax. And the maximum amount of tax you can pay is 30 points. And that might sound a little bit confusing, but it just means, let's say, the most I can bring is 6 ships. But 6 times 5 equals 30. That would not be Empire, since I'm choosing Empire. So that would be my tax. So it's going to allow for some really wacky and crazy fleets, like I said, some broken fleets, especially when you see some of the people that are going to be playing in this thing. They really love to bring the hardcore fleets, really good players. And also the objectives are going to be set. Advanced gunnery, opening salvo, and blockade run are the objectives. Those are all red objectives. We don't get to pick them for our fleets. Just every game, those are going to be the 3 missions, and those are going to make for some pretty high explosive and crazy games. Especially if people pick like advanced gunnery, opening salvo. I imagine a lot of blockade runs are going to be picked whenever we actually get these matches down. So one thing you might be wondering, when is this taking place and where? Well, where is virtual, and I'll give some more details on that here coming up. But when? It's going to be 3 rounds played in Swiss faction. It's going to be team matches. Casters versus Tubers. And the first round is going to start from November 27th to December 3rd. It's going to be a range of dates for each round so that we can figure out scheduling with each other to be able to put these battles on. Round 2 will be December 4th to December 10th. And round 3, December 11th to December 17th. And you can track all of this on the Tabletop 4 server. That's actually not exactly what it's called. I probably should... I'll put it up here. It's what I use for the Ozark Mountain Open. That amazingly, Valadian and other great users on Discord helped code and put together to replace TTO. And so Alan is going to have those matches up. The links will be in the description below for the individual Swiss round matches, as well as he's got one set up for the overall team rankings that's going to be happening. How many the Tubers versus Casters total team points. Again, apologize for the coughing. So, you guys are probably now wondering who is participating. So let's first start with the enemy, the Casters, which you guys can probably imagine. I'm on the team Tuber, which I feel like we need to have our mascot be those, tube worms down at the bottom of the ocean that live on the volcanic vents. Anyway, but I just think Team Tuber, whatever. Don't mind me, I'm weird like that sometimes. Alright, so, Team Casters. It's going to be 4v4, by the way, the team's set up. And first off, we have the man himself, Kellorn. Also, you might know him as Paul if you know him in real life. He's part of the Houston crew, but more importantly, you might know him as the moderator and pretty much the owner currently of the Discord TTS channel for Armada. And he is also the host of the Armada podcast that has been going on for about a month now, or maybe even almost 2 months now. I was honored to be on their first episode, and they've done several episodes since. And in addition, that are also part of the Armada podcast, we have Juliet Whiskey and Fox. And I gotta say, these are some good players, guys, because Paul, if I remember correctly, he won the LSO this year, and Fox won the LSO the year before that. So these are some really good players. And to round out the casters team, we have Geek19, and he is affiliated with the Can't Get Your Ship Out podcast. So that is Team Caster. We have Kellorn, Juliet Whiskey, Fox, and Geek19. Now let's go to the best team of them all, the team that is going to win strongly, and the team that my cat here, Maestro, is definitely, he wants to be in on this too. And that is the Team Tubers. And starting off, it's yours truly, me, Ben, aka Downsizeit. And I'll be representing Team Tubers. Then we also have Karnak himself, Derek Schultz, the man, the myth, the legend, who keeps everything all straight for us when it comes to rules and content and explaining things, etc. Our third member is the Doctor, Dr. Ponage. If you have not checked out his YouTube channel, please do so. He puts on some really good content as well. And, Doctor, I just realized we've never actually played against each other. We probably need to do just a little online couple games together to feature on both of our channels. But neither here nor there. And lastly, we have Chivalry, who has a relatively new YouTube channel. So please go check out his channel and support him as well. So we've got the Team Tubers, Downsizeit, Karnak, the Doctor, and Chivalry. And for all of these content creators, I put links in the description below. Please go check out their channels and their podcasts and support them and subscribe and like and all that stuff just to help the algorithms and help grow all of this amazing Star Wars and Armada content. So, how can you watch these matches? Well, I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself. All of my matches will be live streamed on my channel. So I'll be sure once I have a date locked down to with my first opponent. I don't know opponents yet. They have not been drawn up yet. I will post the preview link on my website, or not website, on my YouTube channel that for the upcoming live stream, and I will be streaming my match there. I assume for the Tubers at least, Karnak, Chivalry, and Doctor, they'll be doing the same. So you can watch their matches on their channels. And you guys, please correct me if I'm wrong. And as far as the casters, I honestly don't know if they'll be streaming on their ends of their matches. But since we're playing against them anyway, most of the matches might be coming on and be hosted on the Tubers YouTube channels for streaming purposes. Which means that we get home field advantage. No cheating allowed, but it's on to Ohnaka, so maybe cheating is allowed. Be on the lookout for, not this week, but next week will be the first round. And I'll be sure to, once we know the matches, when I know my first match, I'll try to schedule a time with whoever that person is going to be and post that on my YouTube channel. And I'm sure that Karnak, Chivalry, and Doctor will do the same on their YouTube channels. I'm not going to speak for the casters because they're now the enemy. No contact with the enemy. And I just might, when I get back from my Thanksgiving break, I'm going to be going out of town, might do a preview of my fleet, because I don't care. I don't mind keeping it secret, or want to keep it secret. I'll let you guys know what shenanigans I've put together. Basically, a list of my favorite things, as the Sound of Music would tell you. Alright, I've rambled long enough. Check out the links below to all the people's content. Go support them on their channels and their podcasts. And stay tuned and keep in touch throughout the first 3 weeks of December for Ohnaka Celebrity Deathmatch. And who will win? Team Tuber or Team Caster? Team Tuber will win. So until next time, take it easy.